so in my last video I was talking about frustration intolerance, and I actually, for today's video, was going to do a like accountability buddy, follow along, support each other while I sort through all of my electrical wires because I keep not charging stuff and then batteries run out and all of that kind of stuff. But I've sat down to do it and I'm frustrated because I've got this new camera, I haven't learned how to use it yet, I've pressed some buttons, it's zooming in places I don't want to zoom in on, and now I'm like, okay, I got a couple of choices here. Probably if I wasn't on medication, I'd just go fuck it and go and watch TV instead. But because I'm on medication, I do have an extra level of perseverance. But I'm like, right, I got two options. Go ahead with the video that I was gonna do, and I still definitely do want to do that, because it's also related to me just needing to do some life sorting that's gotta happen today. Or sit down and learn how to use this camera. And when I say that, every fibre of me internally is like, ugh. No. Because I like to learn as I go along, but what happens is I don't do that because like I get frustrated that the topic, like the video that I'm trying to do, I can't do because I need to learn how to use the thing, and then everything takes like a lot while longer. So I'm like, should I do a bit of a like accountability buddying on the learning how to use the camera? And I think maybe what I'm learning is that I probably just need to record everything that I do so you folks can help me have a degree of accountability, whatever it might be. Where am I going to start? Right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start writing some stuff down because I'm in that place that I have learned, and I should know this in life, from life so far, that I don't, if it's all a mishmash, ain't nothing going to happen till it is out of my head. So let's make a list, and the list that I'm going to write is, what is the stuff that is frustrating me the most at the moment? That is actually probably the core question here. Let's do it. Okay, this is what I got. Actually, just what even was that? 3 minutes maybe? 2-3 minutes to just pause and reflect on what I will term the web of frustration. Because let's face it, nothing in our minds is linear. It is all an intricate web of... I'm trying to stop myself from swearing. You know what I'm saying. Interesting point of reflection, because it's... I knew this on some level, but it's kind of hitting home for me how much this is very much an environmental thing for me at the moment. I like to set up my home environment as much as possible to allow for the path of the least resistance. So when it comes to things like video editing or video creation or video editing and all of that, like everything having a home and me knowing where it belongs is crucial, because at any one of those steps, if there's a little bit of a hiccup where I go like, well, I can't find that so I don't want to do it anymore, or like this is taking longer than I thought so I'm frustrated so I'm not going to do it anymore, is like a potential moment to just go whoop, not happening, whoop, not happening. The problem for me at the moment is because I've just moved and I'm sort of like 75% unpacked, but like even if you take my office as an example, I'm in that annoying state where I want to paint and decorate it, but that can't happen right now, so you're like, well, there's no point in unpacking because I also need to choose my furniture, so then I can't decide where things need to go because I don't have that furniture, but also I need to live my life, and it's that. I don't have loads of free time at the moment to just meander my way through. Like, I got an hour, I got to do something in that hour. If I spend half of that hour trying to faff around finding my stuff, frustration. Ultimately, the things that are leading to frustration at the moment, or opening up the opportunity for frustration, are wanting to do videos but not having enough time, that is compounded by not knowing where all my equipment is, equipment not being charged or not knowing where the wires for the equipment is, not knowing how to use it and needing to sit down and spend some time doing that, but that takes time, and also it takes like mental effort and energy that I just try and avoid as much as possible because it's frustrating and I don't really want to do it, but I definitely have to do it, so I need to figure that one out. So what's the plan? No plan. That's the plan. Which seems really counterintuitive, but you know what I'm doing? I am trying to force a structure on a time where I don't have enough clarity to have any structure, and then I just feel stuck. So for example, the whole point that I sat down to record this video was to do a bit of a body doubling around me actually solving this problem largely, so finding all of my electrical stuff, finding all of the wires, labelling them, like that is something that I want to do, and I'm going to do that for a future video. and for my life. But it's like a small compartment as part of everything else that's going on around me that I can't separate from. So what I am gonna do, and what I would invite you to try if you feel like a mixed up squid, which is my terminology for when I'm in this zone, is just wander around aimlessly and do some stuff. And that is what I'm going to go and do now. I'm going to just wander around my house, I'm going to pick things up, put them in places. A couple of other tips that I will be doing is podcast/music, and also the fact that I haven't left the house or done any movement today, and actually the physical act of tidying I think exerts some restless energy that then hopefully makes the other stuff that I need to do more manageable. I can't listen to a podcast, do you know why? Because I didn't know which room my phone charger was when I went to bed last night, so I didn't charge it and now it's dead. And here the cycle of problems continues. I don't know. I feel like I'm back to square one. Why is this so hard? There's so many things to do and I don't know where to start. But I've spent all week writing a very clear to-do list and I just need to pick the thing and do it. Why is that not clicking for me? Follow me on this journey as I figure this out today. Right, okay, so I promise you I'm not trying to do this for effect. And I'm trying not to be too overdramatic about it. But I found a charger, I've put my phone on charge, and then I was like, one of the things that's actually quite helpful when I feel like this is just to do something that I feel like. And what I feel like doing is editing the bits of the video that I've done so far together. Then I'll see where I feel after that. My phone will have charged a little bit. I can put my headphones on, I can do some stuff. My laptop battery is low and I don't know where my charger is. And actually, like, it honestly won't take me very long to find it. It'll probably take me like 2 or 3 minutes. But you're pushing me to you're pushing me to the end of the frustration tethers. Maybe I just need to start where I was gonna, which is collecting all of my electrical stuff. I thought I had though. Right, I'm gonna go find it. Okay, here I am from a relatively contained corner of my office. In the last, I don't know, half an hour? I've no idea, 45 minutes. I have edited together the bits of that video. I also got a whiteboard because I want to create a sort of Kanban, everything that needs to happen in our house board. Because I think once I've done that and it's out of my head and there's like a timeline, even if we don't stick to the timeline, I just need to know in myself that like it doesn't need to happen now, or there's a place for it in time that makes me feel like I can separate it from my head. So I got all of that stuff. I've not done it yet because I started editing the video. I'm feeling, like, to be honest, just deflated by the whole thing. I'm gonna go for a walk. Honestly, I'm genuinely so proud of myself that is what I'm gonna do. And it's probably largely down to you, because if I wasn't recording this and documenting it, and to be honest, wanting to like round off this video with some degree of success, I probably wouldn't, but this is me parenting myself, which is me going, Rach, once you leave the house, you move your little legs and you see a tree or a cloud, you'll feel considerably better. So I will report back after that. Right, mark this moment. In fact, what I'm going to do when I've released this video is find this exact point in the video and bookmark it on my browser with a title like, Break in Case of Emergencies, or Rach, just do this. Because how many times have I learned this lesson? I just went for a walk, I was out for about 40 minutes, and I feel so much better. Of course I do, of course I do. I've worn some of my energy out. I spent the first half just like listening to the birds and, you know, the sounds around me, and then the way back I put on the playlist of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Let me know in the comments if you're also a Crazy Ex-Girlfriend fan. Best show of all time. And I put my wellies on because I was going down the canal and thought I don't want to be like trying to step over water. Best decision ever. I just jumped in some puddles. Full on 30-year-old grown woman kicking water, jumping in puddles 2 foot at a time. And it was joyous, and doing all of that has lifted my mood and also reminded me and given me the clarity that, like, I know this stuff. One of the things that I came up with earlier in the year as I was reflecting on what it is that I need to feel like a well-motivated, productive, just like happy person are 3 things. I need to feel across the week like I have done things that completely mentally consume me, get out of my own head, that physically exhaust me, and that bring me joy. And I had started kickboxing for those first 2, but I didn't go this week because this week I have been premenstrual. I'm at the point of my hormonal cycle where my estrogen is low, which impacts your dopamine, and which for a lot of women, 100% me included, exacerbates your ADHD symptoms. So I've had a week of, even non-medication, everything being harder than it was like the week before that and the week before that. And so I've not been doing the stuff that I know is good for me because it's harder to get myself to do it, but then there's a cumulative effect. I just need those 3 things. Mentally consumed, physically exhausted, and full of joy. So now I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to do the Kanban for the house. Yeah, but you know what? Historically, I would have got really frustrated at myself that I am learning a lesson that I've learned 400 times before. I know what's good for me, why can't I do it? And also, why do I keep forgetting what it is? Honestly, like, I'm just at a place now from this diagnosis and from how the last 6 months have been where I just go, this is just the factual reality of my existence. And telling myself, like, why couldn't you just have remembered that? Like, how have you forgotten it? Changes absolutely nothing. So if I have to keep learning this lesson, and if I have to keep forgetting it, and spending 4 hours corralling myself and trying to get myself to do the things, and then learning that actually I knew all along that I just needed 3 things to get myself there to do it, I'm just going to keep learning the lesson because there's no other choice. And actually, if I give myself grace and if I don't lean towards the negative side of things, I have learned that lesson and I have evolved, and I can make choices now in the moment that are better for me. Like, for example, parenting myself well enough earlier to know that I needed to go for a walk. Like, that is huge progress for me. Happy Sunday. Okay, so I'm done. And when I say I done. I have created the Kanban board for house stuff. It took 30 minutes. I timed myself because I'm trying to get better at doing that so I understand and have a more accurate picture of how long stuff actually takes me. It's taken 30 minutes. I feel so much better because all of the stuff that existed in my head that felt like it all had to happen right now that I couldn't wade through is just here. I just feel like I can relax, and I'll do some of the other bits that need to be done, but that's the main progress of what needed to happen to unlock my sense that I can then achieve other things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I took something from whatever that just was. I guess me just trying to learn and discover along the way, and remind myself and rediscover and relearn how to get myself to do certain things when it just doesn't seem to be happening. And I think I need to lie down now because that's what Ben brought probably over the course of 3 hours, and self-management, hey? It's a biggie, but it's achievable.